Good morning, everybody. It is Tammy with Stamp and Scrap with Tammy with our weekly Facebook Live. I'm so excited to be here today. Today I have got another simple, successful stamping card. And what is a simple, successful stamping card, you might ask? I consider that one where you can just easily switch out the designer series paper, use the same exact layout, and have a beautiful card. Now I am sticking with the same suite today for my two cards that I'm going to create for you, but I guarantee I will be bringing this layout back to you again very soon with other bundles and designer series papers. So I don't have a lot to talk about here, but there is a lot to see and talk about as I work on the projects today. So I think we'll get right down to working, but I just wanted to say hello up here to all of you and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. Let me see, the date today is October 20th. So we're moving into Christmas in the stamping world. You know, your mind might still be on Halloween, which there's still time to create those quick projects. But if you're thinking Christmas cards, now is a great time to get started, start making your plan, find your favorite designs. And so today in our live, I'm going to share with you one. And if you're liking the designer series paper I'm showing you today, and I'm using the Peaceful Cabin bundle, be sure to check out later today or later in the week my YouTube channel, where I'm actually going to be sharing with you 3 more cards, and of course I'll share today's again because this was my October card club class. So maybe you missed the class, but I can still share with you the great ideas that everybody that enjoyed that class received. So that's going to be on my YouTube channel. I am recording that video as soon as we are done here with the live, and then I will upload it there. So if you're watching the replay, of course you can go there right now and find it. If you're watching it on YouTube, just go to the next video and it'll likely be the one with the rest of the Peaceful Cabin cards. So there's even a shaker. So we've got a shaker to share. I'm going to show you how to make it a shaker and not a shaker. So there's some fun stuff going on over there later today. Okay, so let's get to it. I hope everybody's having a fabulous day. I always like to brush on what the weather is like because I am in Mankato, Minnesota, actually North Mankato, but you know, pretty much the same thing. And today, because you know, a lot of you are not from here, and so you kind of wonder, everyone is always curious about our Minnesota weather, you know, like, because they just think it's snowing all the time. And oh, I see Sharon's watching from Florida, so she has already escaped the weather, but it's going to be colder tomorrow. It's actually been quite beautiful. Yesterday, I mean, it was like 75 degrees or something. It was ridiculously nice. But it's supposed to get a little bit cooler. But it's a nice fall day today. It's a little bit rainy, but it's beautiful. The leaves in my yard are changing. Oh, it's gorgeous. All right, let me log in on Facebook. So you see, I've got some beautiful supplies here. Kind of going black and white today, but we're going to add a little pop of color. Let me share with you. This is a stamp set that we're using. Now, this is a bundle, so there are die cuts, but I want to keep it simple and, again, successful for you today. So I am going to just use the stamp set, some basic shape dies from the layering circle dies, and actually, my little tiny label I gathered from the Hippo and Friends dies. So there's some really cute labels in that Hippo and Friends. All right, so let me see here. I'm logging in. I think I got everything set. How exciting. I was on time today too, I think. Okay, looks like I got to adjust this just a little bit so it doesn't bother me that you can see over here. Okay, I think we are all ready to go. So welcome to everybody that is watching. I'm so happy that you're here. If you are new to the Stamp and Scrap page, whether you're watching on Facebook or the replay on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, like my page, give me a comment, a love, share, like, you know, whatever, the whole bit. I would certainly appreciate it. Okay, Peaceful Cabin bundle today. Or the stamp set. Again, I said there's a bundle, but we're going to focus on the stamp set today. I'm excited to share with you more of cards from this in the future. This stamps so beautifully. I just love it. But for today, we're keeping it simple. We're going to use the trees and some of the sentiments. Okay, so I'll just walk through the measurements as we go. If you do subscribe to my email list, you will get these. I'm going to share this whole, it's not like a huge fancy tutorial, but I'll have the basic project measurements in next week's tutorial. So that's going to be kind of an add-on. I'm going to have another card too, because I have so many projects to share that next week you're going to get a bonus. So you're going to get the 4 cards in my weekly email next Tuesday from the Peaceful Cabin bundle. So 4 nice detailed pictures with measurements. And then I'm going to share, you know, the regular additional single card too. So lots of perks to being on that VIP list. Okay, so I cut these. It is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. Basic card measurements is what we've got going on there. And then next layer, see, I don't have a sample here, so this is like a wing. I should have done this on, it is Wednesday. I was thinking it was Tuesday. Wing It Wednesday. So we are doing a Wing It Wednesday today because in my head, I know what this card looks like. I took a photo of it, but I gave my sample away already. I know. What was I thinking? I didn't really give it away. I have a group that's using it for a card fundraiser, so I had to pass it along to them because they're making like hundreds of cards. Well, they're making like 20 of this one, but hundreds in general. So they needed some simple, successful stamping cards to make things go really quickly. So if you are doing multiples for Christmas cards, these are a good option, or you just need multiples. I'm actually pausing here because I'm looking at the name of this embossing folder. I am using the Timber 3D embossing folder. And I actually, when I did my card class, I used a different one. And then I saw this one this morning, not really realizing that why I didn't use it, I'm not sure. But this is a Timber 3D embossing folder. So a nice wood grain. So if you have, nature lovers, or you yourself are a nature lover, this is perfect for that. So I do believe I can just go ahead and adhere that. Now this is just the standard measurements here. So it's 5 1/4 by 4 for my basic white that is embossed. Any texture would work. So that's another thing I like to say when I'm doing the simple, successful stamping cards is you don't have to ever have the exact supplies that I'm using to be successful with your card. You can use any embossing folder that has a little bit of texture to it, and it's going to look wonderful. So again, that is the Timber 3D embossing folder. Next up, I didn't get a package out. You know what I have to do? I'm gonna have to do this anyways. I didn't have my little sampler plates or, templates done. So excuse the noise there while I open this. I have got to share with you this beautiful paper. This is a Peaceful Place Designer Series paper. I'm super excited to share with this card what I did with this sheet of paper and how I cut that to really utilize these trees down here and use what was left up here. So I will just share with you these quickly. Aren't these gorgeous? Now, maybe we're not ready for snow yet, but was certainly excited to use this paper. And if you live somewhere where they don't have snow and you don't want to use that snowflake side, there's that nice buffalo check on the other side. So there's something for everybody in here. And they're foiled. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. Lovely. And I'm using this one here. I kind of, when I looked at this one, thought, what am I going to do with that one? And I thought for sure I would just end up using this sheet, which I did. But then when I came up with this card for today, I was like, yep, that's where that's going. Okay, and then look at how pretty that one is with the foils and the textures on the back side. So I just love those papers. Again, that's a Peaceful Place 12 by 12. So if you scrapbook, it's a good choice for that too. Okay, so next up, where are we going here? Well, do we really know? I'm not sure. Okay, so the next one, this is the main part, what I have these cut to. My designer series here, 2.5 by 5 1/4. And then I just went, because I'm just gonna layer these together, I've got 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So nice, simple measurements here. And let's go ahead and adhere that. I'm gonna use 2 different patterns here. I have only made it with this one with the cabins on it. But I thought just to show you how it would look with another pattern, I grabbed the one here that has these trees, just a nice subtle pattern. And let's go ahead and adhere that here. All right, so I want to chatter a little bit while I am creating here today. And let's go ahead and put that down because I know most of you are probably watching this on Facebook, but do be aware I am in many other places. So if you are watching the replay on YouTube, I know there's a lot of people that don't do Facebook, and that is absolutely fine. I totally get it. So you can always find these replays on YouTube, and YouTube is a great place to catch me because I am, as time goes on, sharing a little bit more content over there. Also on Instagram, I'm dabbling, can you believe this, in TikTok. My daughter got me into that. That's kind of actually fun. It's really fun to put your cards to music and, put some special effects. So if you want to check me out over on TikTok, all of these places you can search my name, Tammy Nelson, or Stamp and Scrap with Tammy. Also over on Pinterest and Instagram. I think that's all of them. I don't know if there's any other to be on. Maybe I'm on other ones and I don't even know about it. I believe you can also just do a Google search for my name too, and a lot of my content will show up. I do have a blog. I'm not terribly active there. I wish I was more active, but look at how pretty that's coming together. The black and white, it just has this classiness to it. I love it. Okay, so next let's do some stamping. You know, I've been chatting. Let's stamp. Okay, so we're going to, these are my inserts here. We'll set those aside. And here I have the layering circle die. So a lot of times we think of, you know, these dies as that's what we have to stamp our sentiment on. And that's not so true. We can stamp them with our image. It doesn't have to be a sentiment. And so the stamps I gathered are shaded spruce or garden green. Any green would do. You could even do this in a gray if you wanted to keep it you know, more the whole card neutral, but I thought a little pop of color was nice. And I'm only going to actually use these two here. I could do a little stamp surgery, cut that off, but it wasn't quite necessary. So these are really nice trees. They tuck behind, once we get more into using the cabin set, they can tuck behind the cabin perfectly. But for today, let's just keep it nice and simple. And all I'm going to do is stamp right onto my circle. Now I stamped once. Let's stamp again and again and again, just to give it a little bit more texture. Now I can do one in garden green too. Since the green tones, I'm just gonna go ahead and stamp right on there. That might be against the rules for some, but for me, anything goes. Okay, so let's just go ahead here. See, I'm not really thinking about where I'm placing this. I just went ahead and placed it just so I get a little color, because there's gonna be a stamp that, or a sentiment that goes over it. There, looks good. I got a little forest going on there. And I'm going to close these so I don't get ink all over my fingers. Now, if you have a little petite Merry Christmas or something, you can make this into a Christmas card. But I want to stick with the stamps that are within the Peaceful Cabin for this particular card. So I'm going to use thank you, I believe is going to fit on there. And then also this wishing you the best. On some cards I'm making this afternoon that'll be shared in the other video with all 4 cards, I'm going to use these 2. And so the video later today, of course, if you're watching live, that's what I'm talking about. But if you want to watch the other video, if you happen to be catching this on the replay, it will have all 4 cards. It'll be a very, well, I don't want to say it's going to be very quick, but it'll be a faster video, because it's not going to be live. It'll be recorded. Okay, so let's do one thank you. You can do basic gray or memento black is what I chose. So let's do one thank you. Again, this cute little die label is from the Hippo and Friends dies. I just recently fell in love with those. They have all different sizes, all different labels. I have yet to use the Hippo stamp set, but I sure have been using those dies a lot. Okay, I need to move this so I'm like right above it because it is smaller. And this one says, wishing you the best. Okay, that one, let's see if I have another one. I have to move. See, I'm a little crooked, a little off. Okay, let me see. I got to move that closer to me. It's probably hard, so like my head wants to hit the camera right now. So let's see if I can do this better. I'm like stamping without seeing here. Okay, oh my goodness, that one looks good. Second time's a charm. So see, it even happens where I don't stamp right all the time. Well, it happens a lot, more than what you'd know. So when you see my projects, they're all polished and finished and, you know, edited, and who knows how many of these labels. I'm not going to tell you how many sometimes I have to stamp. Okay, and next up, we're going to adhere this to the back scallop. So we've got the regular circle onto the black scallop. So it's just going to peek out the edge there. I'm just going to adhere it with my Stamp and Seal. I am going to need to pull in some mini glue dots. So definitely going to need mini glue dots for this project. And if you're working with this bundle, because I'm going to add some ribbon and we're going to add some of the subtle shimmer sequins. So I will show you the easiest way to add some shimmer sequins. Okay, and let's do this. Now when I'm making a card on a video, I can't believe how clean this is staying. When I created these cards the other day, oh my goodness, it looked like a hurricane went through here, or like a massive blizzard. Okay, so this is how these are going to adhere there. Let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on these cards. I need to grab a sip of my coffee, excuse me. Okay, much better. And let's flip those over. I didn't get up early enough today to have coffee before I took my son and his friend. I, drive the carpool for the kids. No drama this week. So, a lot of times I'm griping about the carpool lane. Everything's just going along smooth here at the Nelson house this week. I got my washing machine ordered last week. So I have to go to the laundromat today. Do you know, if you're local to me, it's near my house. The laundromat near my house, $1 today. So I'm washing some clothes today because I don't think I get a washing machine until the 29th. Oh my goodness. I never went that long without a washing machine in my house, but that's okay. I'm getting a new one. I'm getting a huge one. Hopefully I can be more efficient. So that's what I have on the agenda for today. I was hoping to get there before I drop them off at school, but I was a little sleepy this morning. Okay, so look at that. The green just adds a nice, beautiful touch to it. And I'm going to do 2 different ribbons on here as well. And I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anything. I feel like I am, but I don't think I am. All right, so I've got the gingham ribbon for one option. And so here I'm talking about glue dots. And I didn't set them over here. I think they are, well, you guys just have a look at that beautiful card while I locate my glue dots. I'm going to maybe I'll just grab a new one. All right, I did find a few, so we'll just see here. We might need to, let me see what I got going on here. I might need a few more. So I grabbed the box of them too, so we'll be good. I got enough between the two. So I'm going to just put a glue dot down kind of in the center of the card. And again, I love to show you different ways to use ribbon without having to tie that little stinker of a bow. Do you want to see the bows I made yesterday though? I don't have the card to share with you because again, I was sending them off for that fundraiser. Look at these adorable little bows. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. It's for a little congratulation card. And we just needed oh, that one's almost even too big. So look at those cute bows. Oh, this one is just adorable. See, these are the things that make me happy in my day. Just looking at those cute little bows. Okay. Whoa, back to the project. Okay, so the gingham ribbon, I'm just going to tuck it behind there. I think I wanted a little bit smaller. And many of these, when I did them, almost all of them when I made my sample cards up, I put a second one down too. So I put the initial one down kind of in the center. I'm going to put a second one down. And now, from here, I can decide how much more petite I want it. And then I'll just trim this off in the end. And then I'm going to do the same over here. This one, I grabbed the glitter ribbon. So this one is from the annual catalog. It has some nice sparkle, kind of matches my nails. And then this one is a gingham from the mini catalog. So we'll show you 2 different options. There is a beautiful ribbon that does go with this suite. So hopefully someday I'll be able to share that with you. I don't even have any here. I might have a little scrap of it or something, but it's on back order. So it's this ribbon, but it's in white. So that's a good option too. But actually for this card, I believe this would be the best option no matter what, even if I had that available. And next I'm going to put this right along here with some dimensionals. And then we'll add those sequins. And I'm going to put this here because we're going to make some glitter paper. We're going to make our own glimmer paper. And let's go ahead and stick that right over the top. And I'm going to do the same on the card over here. And then we'll need to grab a paper snips because we need to trim the ribbon on this side down. And see, now as I have that up there, I want to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to just now grab it up from there and make it a little larger. No problem. Easy to fix that. So now we need to find the paper snips. One of these days I'm going to be ready. I tell you, I will be. I guess things aren't too far away. And I'll snip this down. There. Actually didn't really need much, that tiny little bit. And so we're almost completed with our simple cards for today. I'll move my bows I was so excited about. And let's add the sequins now. Let's see if I have enough glue dots left. All right, and so I'm going to use, let's see, I got my paper snips. If I had my poke tool on my take a pick, which I'm going to use my take a pick in a minute, that would be the best, but I didn't. I have the scoring because I was scoring a bunch of cards. I mean, and I have some that have it on it, but who knows where they are. So what I'm doing here, I'm putting my glue dots right down onto my card. So when you're working with sequins, I highly recommend doing this. It is so putsy to put like liquid glue on all of them. Just do this. Make your life easier. Because, you know, I don't even want to know what you'd be saying if you put glue on these. You'd probably throw these sequins right in the trash if you were using glue, because you're like, that is messy. Oh, my glue dot didn't stick. That's messy. It's not worth my time. And you'd say, do we really need sequins? I'm going to say, yes, you still need sequins. But find an easier way. Find a better way to do it. And this is the better way. Is it the only way? Absolutely not. I'm sure somebody else has a more clever way. But this is just what I have found, because I love sequins. And not that I don't think everyone should just buy all the rhinestones in the world. These sequins can really be a big bang for your buck, because look at how many you get. I've already made a shaker card with that. I made a whole bunch of other cards. And now all I got to do, okay, see, I got my take a pick tool. I've got my putty end. I can kind of, you know, go through here, spread them out a little bit. There's a little sticky on that part. And then all I got to do is take my putty end, stick it into my sequence. You see that? It's ready to go. I think I have a clear one on there too. Oh, I do. Oh, that's like a 2-for-1. So I'm going to do some of like the more, I don't know what you call that, like frosted, that's a good word for it. Frosted ones, and some of the really shiny ones. So I'll do a little bit of both. And so then, do you see how easy that is to just stick them right down onto your card? It's like life made simple right here. Okay, and then one more. I should do a frosted one. Okay, so let's put that shiny one over on this side. And now I'm going to go in and grab a frosted one for down here. Now, sometimes you get a couple. That's okay. So good. We got 2 there. And because there's different sizes in here. And if the putty end, you know, starts getting too or not sticky anymore, you just like take it off. That's it. And then you're ready to go again. Do you see how simple that is? So if you don't have this, this is a great tool to have. I didn't even put it in the description because I wasn't even thinking what a star of the show it was today. But this is a take a pick tool. So there is the stylus end, 2 different sizes there. And then there's like a little spatula and like a little piercing tool. So some different options. And I'm going to stick that in there and grab that one. And this is going to finish off these cards for today. So if you want to see more of the Peaceful Cabin Bundle, be sure to go over to YouTube. I did share the link to that right up in the original posting, that you can check that out this afternoon. I'm going to be recording that video in about an hour here, and it'll be loaded, I'd say, by about 4 o'clock Central today. So that'll have a beautiful shaker card and 2 other cards that I created, really focusing on the designer series paper from the Peaceful Place suite. All right, everybody, I hope you absolutely love these. Oh, I forgot to touch on, it's only 24 hours, but there is a stamp sale going on too. So it doesn't include this one. It's all of our annual catalog stamps. It kind of just popped up out of nowhere. And you can check that out just by clicking the, you know, shop now link. And then that'll take you right to the sale if you want to take a look if there's any annual catalog stamps that you want to get in, you know, in the mail. Let me see. So the sale is just today. So if you're watching this on the replay, if it is not October 20th, that sale would have passed. But through the rest of today, October 20th, 2021, you can get 25 or 15%, I think it is, off of select stamps. But that's what's going on with Stampin' Up! Hope you love the cards today. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you back here next week, October 27th. All right, see you later, everybody.